camera. This okay. I'm a foot away from DMV.
Keep your distance.
You are a f***ing asshole.
I'm not an asshole. You've been an asshole to me.
I'm an asshole. I'm trying to get to the DMV. I showed you all the paperwork. Let me start recording your dumb ass.
A man stepping out of that Porsche, phone up, recording the officer and cursing him out, has played a police detective on television for more than 20 years. Tonight, he is on the wrong side of the badge on a street in New Jersey, and the whole thing started over one missing front license plate. That is Ice-T. On Law & Order, Special Victims Unit, he plays Detective Finn Tutuola, a cop, for going on 25 years. In real life, on a Friday in May of 2024, in Hudson County, New Jersey, a real officer pulled him over and wrote him 4 tickets. And the internet did what the internet does. Power trip cop. Wouldn't cut a celebrity a break. All over a plate. I have watched this whole stop the way I used to watch my own. And I'm going to tell you something most of the reaction videos will not. Almost everything that officer did was legal. And the person actually breaking the law that day was the man holding the phone.
You say you went through DMV yesterday? They said the system is down?
Yesterday, yep.
What time was your appointment yesterday?
I didn't have an appointment. They just take me.
You need to have an appointment to go to DMV.
I don't need one.
Why is that?
Because they know me.
You could have drive without a vehicle who was registered and get this one registered.
Can I handle this?
My name is Matthew Graves. I am a criminal defense attorney now, but before law school, I wore the badge. I spent years as a patrol officer making this exact stop, walking up to a car at the curb, deciding whether the person in front of me drives away with a warning, with a ticket, or in handcuffs. My older brother George argues these cases in a courtroom. I read them off the body camera because I used to be the guy wearing it, so I am not going to hand you outrage. I am going to show you both sides of this badge, the officers and the defendants, and exactly where the real line is. Here
color gray. Registration expired.
Step out one. How's it going, sir?
What's up, officer?
Officer Silla, Hudson County Sheriff's Office. Let you know you're being recorded, okay?
I'm headed to the DMV. That's where I'm going to get all my registration and everything straight on this car.
At first, everything appeared to be normal as a simple traffic stop, but things would...
Here are the 4 questions everybody is fighting about in the comments. Was the stop even legal, or were they just lying in wait for him? Can a cop actually arrest you over an expired license? Could they have towed that car right off the street? And was he allowed to stand there and film the officer in his face? I am going to answer all 4 with the real law. And by the end, you are going to understand your rights at a stop like this better than the man who plays a detective on TV understood his. Stay with me, because the last answer is the one thing he got exactly right.
I got 7 cars. I'm trying to get them all straight.
You say you went through DMV yesterday? They said the system is down?
Yesterday, yep.
What time was your appointment yesterday?
I didn't have an appointment. They just take me.
You need to have an appointment to go to DMV.
Start with what the officer saw before he had any idea who was in the car. A Porsche parked or pulling over with no license plate on the front. In New Jersey, that matters, and I will show you why in a second. He runs the tags, and the picture gets worse fast. The registration on that car had been expired since 2021, not last month. 3 years. So before a single word is exchanged, before anybody recognizes a face, the officer is already looking at a car that is not legally allowed to be on the road, sitting right in front of him.
Come on, sir.
What's up, officer?
Officer Silla, Hudson County Sheriff's Office. Let you know you're being recorded, okay?
I'm headed to the DMV. That's where I'm going to get all my registration and everything straight on this car.
At first, everything appeared to be normal as a simple traffic stop, but things would soon escalate between the actor and the officer.
You know your registration expired since 2021.
That's where I'm going. I'm headed right there.
When did you decide to go and change?
Question 1. Was he even allowed to pull him over? And here is the version I hear every single time. They only stopped him because of who he is. They recognize the car. They recognize the man. It does not matter. Let me give you the law. New Jersey is a 2-plate state. The statute is Section 39-333, and it requires a plate on the front and the rear of the car. A missing front plate is a violation an officer can see from outside the vehicle before he talks to you, before he knows anything about you. That by itself is enough to pull you over. And then there is the Supreme Court. Wen versus United States, 1996. Probable cause is just a fancy way of saying the officer has a real specific reason to believe the law was broken. And Wen says this: if an officer has probable cause that you committed a traffic violation, the stop is legal under the Fourth Amendment, and his private reason for wanting to stop you does not count. Whether he recognized the Porsche, whether he recognized the face, none of it matters when there is a genuine violation he can point to. And here there were two of them visible from the street. No front plate, expired tags. So the pretext argument that they were targeting him argument is dead before it gets off the ground. The stop was good.
Why is that?
Because they know me.
You could have drive out a vehicle who was registered and get this one
How can I
registered.
handle this? Can I handle this? You gonna take me to jail?
I'm not going to take you to jail.
Okay, can I park the car here and walk to the DMV?
I'm going to tow your vehicle. It's
No,
expired.
you're not. You're not finna tow my vehicle. Let me park my car right here.
You're not going to move your car, sir. You give me your keys right now, and I'm going to tow your vehicle. No, don't touch me. Don't
Give
do
me
like that.
Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera. This
Now it gets worse on the computer, and this is the part the outrage clips cut out. Once he is stopped, the full picture loads. Registration expired since 2021. A license that was invalid, expired by most of the reporting. No inspection. Put the missing front plate on top, and that is 4 separate violations on one car. 4 tickets. And every single one of them is real. And on the camera, Ice-T says the thing a lot of people say. He was on his way to the DMV. He tried the day before, and the system was down. He has 7 cars. He is trying to get them all straight. And I believe him. But I need you to hear this as a lawyer, not as a fan. On my way to fix it is not a defense. Driving a car whose registration died 3 years ago is not something you did in the past. It is something you are doing right now, the moment the wheels are turning on a public road. Being a foot from the DMV does not erase the 3 years you drove it expired. At most, on my way to fix it is something a judge might weigh when it comes to the penalty. It is not a reason the ticket should not have been written. He was, by the plain law, the one in the wrong.
So 5-6, start the hook and start them out the unit. So what happened, Sarge?
What's up, Sarge?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm trying to get to DMV to register my cars.
Okay.
I got all the paperwork and everything there. I asked the officer, could I just go over here or even park my car so that I could walk over there and get all my paperwork together. He says he wants to tow my car.
All right, give me a second. Let me find.
So people watch this and ask, fine, but how long can they keep you sitting there while they run all of that? There is a case for exactly that. Rodriguez versus United States, 2015. A stop can last as long as it reasonably takes to handle the reason for the stop. Checking your license, checking the registration, writing the tickets, all of that is what the court calls the mission. What they cannot do is hold you well past that, fishing for something new without a fresh reason. But here, running 4 violations and writing 4 tickets is the mission. There is no illegal delay in this stop. He was held as long as the paperwork honestly took, and not a minute that the law cares about beyond it. Question.
I'm going to tow your vehicle while you're receiving summonses. Here's your keys. Here's your paperwork, driver's license, everything you gave me. You're receiving a ticket for no front plates.
Where's all the other paperwork?
It's in there. Everything you gave me. It's in the vehicle. You have no inspection, driving expired registration.
Question 3. Could they have arrested him or hooked that car and towed it right off the street? And honestly, yes, they had the room to. A car with no valid registration for 3 years is exactly the kind of car that gets impounded on an ordinary day. And on the video, the first officer goes there, he gets testy, he threatens to take the keys, he talks about towing it. That is the moment everybody clips and calls a power trip. But watch what actually happens next, because this is where I want to be honest with you. A second officer, a supervisor, arrives and the temperature comes down. No arrest, no tow. They hand him back his keys and let him walk to the DMV that was sitting right there. Now, the easy version of this story is one calm hero in uniform. That is not what happened, and I am not going to pretend it was. The first officer escalated. The supervisor brought it back down. What you are watching is the system correcting itself in real time, and the result is the honest headline nobody ran. Nobody got cuffed over paperwork. The car that legally could not be driven did not get hauled away. that was discretion and they spent it on the side of letting him go. Question.
Now what's going on here, and then we'll figure something out, okay?
Okay.
You're, like I said, you're gonna leave the car here and just go to D&B.
I'm walking DMV and handle business.
So, but you do know your registration is expired and your license too. Right?
That's what I'm going for.
Okay. I'm just letting you know that I didn't know if you just knew your registration was expired. You got both.
I got everything.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. No, I'm good. All right. You told him the way he shooted me. Okay. I was gonna park the vehicle. No tickets issued, but.
Question 4. And this is the one he got completely 100% right. Was he allowed to pull out his phone and record the officer? Yes. There is a case called Fields versus City of Philadelphia, decided by the Third Circuit Court of Appeals in 2017. It says you have a First Amendment right to record police officers doing their job in public. And here's why that case in particular matters so much for this stop. The Third Circuit covers New Jersey, so this is not some rule from another part of the country. It is binding law on the exact street Ice-T was standing on. He had every right to hold that phone up. And calling the officer a name while he did it, as rude as it was, is protected speech too. Being a jerk on camera is not a crime. Notice that the officer did not try to grab the phone or stop the recording, and that was the correct call. If you take one single thing from this video, take this. The camera was the one thing in his hand that he was completely entitled to. And I know the cheap shot that is sitting right there. The man plays a cop on television, and here he is on a real street cursing out a real one. Hypocrite, right? They're not going to take that swing because it is not the honest read. What Ice-T does on a set has nothing to do with what is legal on a sidewalk in Hudson County. His conduct that day, the filming, the language, the refusal to grovel, was almost all of it within his rights. His driving was not. You have to keep those two things apart because that is the entire point of doing this from both sides instead of just grabbing the one that gets more clicks. Now,
and driving with expired license. Right. You're, like I said, you're gonna leave the car here and just go to D&B.
I'm walking DMV and handle business.
So, but you do know your registration is expired and your license too. Right?
That's what I'm going for.
Okay. I'm just letting you know that I didn't know if you just knew your registration was expired. You got both.
I got everything.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. No, I'm good. All right. You told him the way he shooted me. Okay. I was gonna park the vehicle. No tickets issued, but just next time show.
Now let me do the thing I can actually do because I have stood in both spots. First, as the cop. 4 checkable violations on one car is not an officer hunting a celebrity. That is a stop that writes itself. You see the empty front bumper, you run the tags, and the computer hands you the rest. I have written that exact stack of tickets on a slow Tuesday for a car that had nobody famous in it. From the badge side, there is nothing unusual here at all. Now, as his defense lawyer, which of these 4 would I actually fight? And the honest answer is, I would not fight most of them. I would fix them, go register the car, renew the license, get it inspected, bolt the front plate on, then walk into court holding proof that every single problem is already cured. Equipment and paperwork tickets are exactly the kind that a prosecutor will very often downgrade or drop when you show up having actually fixed the thing. The one with real teeth is the license, because driving on an invalid one is harder to wave away. So look at what I just did. Sympathetic to the officer doing a routine job. Clear-eyed that most of this is beatable. If you stop arguing on the roadside and start fixing it on paper, those two things are not in conflict. That is just knowing how the machine works from both ends of it. So,
all right, no, I'm good. All right, you told him the way he shooted me. Okay. I was gonna park the vehicle. No tickets issued, but just next time show some respect. That's all I gotta say.
I don't have to.
All right, okay. I don't have either. All right, so you have a great day, sir.
In the end, the actor was able to resolve the situation, fixing the issues and paying the fines in full. But it raises the question, was the officer fair in handling this, or could they have been more lenient considering the circumstances?
here is the part that has nothing to do with Ice-T. Take the famous name off this completely, and what is left is the most ordinary traffic stop in America. A missing plate, some expired paper, a driver who meant to deal with it and just never got around to it. That is half the cars on your block right now. The lesson here is not that a celebrity got humbled, it is that the boring stuff you keep meaning to handle, the registration, the inspection sticker, the license renewal sitting in a drawer, is the exact stuff that turns a 2-minute stop into 4 tickets in a scene on the shoulder of the road. So from the side of the window I used to stand on, here is what to actually do if those lights ever come up behind you. 1. pull over promptly and safely, and stay in the car with your hands where they can be seen unless you are asked to step out. How you stop is the officer's first read on you. 2. Hand over your license, your registration, and your insurance. And after that, you have the right to stop talking. Be calm and be polite, because everything you say is on a camera and can become evidence against you. 3. You can record. Hold the phone, do not shove it in anyone's face, and do not block what they are doing, and you are within your rights, especially here in the Third Circuit. And 4, this is the big one, do not try to win the ticket on the curb. You will never win it there. You win it in court with proof you fixed the problem. Ice-T got the camera exactly right. Where it went sideways was him trying to win the argument standing in the middle of the road. That argument was never going to be won there by anybody. The officer was not a hero and he was not a villain. He made a legal stop. The supervisor made a smart call, and the driver, as famous as he is, was the one actually breaking the law while doing the one thing he was completely entitled to do. If breaking a viral stop down to the real law instead of the outrage is worth your time, then subscribe, because I do one of these every week. My brother George argues them in a courtroom. I read them off the body cam. I am Matthew Graves. Know the rights, and they cannot use them against you.